here's why you're focused on lack, and it's not what you think. You may be feeling frustrated, anxious, and overwhelmed, trying to overcome your fears, put yourself out there, grow your business, but imposter syndrome keeps creeping up, keeps sabotaging. You may even take steps forward, but then take several steps back. You're in and you're out, you're in and you're out. And I want to tell you, this is happening for a reason. It's not your fault. You're actually programmed to have a lack mindset, and we're going to talk about that. I'm Sensei Victoria Whitfield from strategicmeditation.com, where I help impact-driven entrepreneurs and leaders like you get and stay grounded and clear in mind, body, and business. I'm on a mission to help you increase your energy so that you can increase your income and impact. If that speaks to you, if you want to have a positive impact in the world, make sure you like, share, subscribe here on YouTube so that you always get the notifications first, and let your community know that this is some good stuff here. This episode of our Stay on Track series is the third in a 4-episode sprint that we're talking about the problem of entrainment, right? The problem of marketing causing us to see the world through a really closed-minded point of view. It's profitable, especially for you to feel fearful about what's coming. Not for you, but for those who are harvesting the capital of your fear so that they can draw your attention off that harvest into whatever they're selling you. And it is everywhere. If that's like a surprise for you to hear, that means you didn't watch the first 2 episodes. So like you could pause this and go back and watch the last 2 videos in this series. But with that, my goodness, we're looking at the problem of leading with fear, but also being entrained to be afraid, to look at the future around a fear-based mindset. And today in particular, so that we set your mindset right, so that you're vigilant about what's ahead for today and the week ahead, is we're specifically not just going to look at fear, but lack mindset. And this Stay on Track series is a multi-episode book study of Think and Grow Rich. It's been going on for over a year now, and we are on the final chapter of Think and Grow Rich, which is the 6 ghosts of fear. And my spirit guides really guided me to talk about lack mindset, because especially for those in our community who are afraid to believe in themselves, to share their gift, to invest in themselves, to really go for it. For those of us in our community who especially have imposter syndrome, there's this thing of I'm not enough that is underneath imposter syndrome. Does that sound familiar? If so, say yes, or type imposter syndrome if that speaks to you. But with that, this belief that you're not enough, underneath that is another belief in the existence of lack, right? A fundamental idea of enoughness would assume that there could never be enough, or there is a certain point only when enoughness is achieved. So the belief underneath I'm not enough, right, which is underneath imposter syndrome, is I believe in lack. I don't believe in abundance. And be kind to yourself if what you're putting on your vision board and putting in your strategic plan, and you're doing affirmations about, you're doing meditations about, you're getting out there and going through courses and coaching programs and all kinds of things about, is abundance. You're looking to attract abundance, but you fundamentally focus on lack. you're working against that manifestational, that law of attraction, that vortex flow that you're trying to bring into your life. And that comes from our fear, of course, right? Where we're afraid we're not going to have enough money. We're afraid we're going to go hungry. We're afraid that they're going to take it from us. We're afraid that it'll never happen. We're afraid. And because of that fear, we hold on to lack and make lack decisions when we come upon abundance opportunities. I'm going to say that again and pose it as a question. Are you making lack decisions when you come upon abundance opportunities, right? If you're deciding from your lack mindset about, whether or not I should invest in this program, or, whether or not I should go and do this thing, right? Or should I take more time off, right? If you're deciding from lack mindset in an abundance opportunity, you will turn an abundance opportunity into a lack experience. And that's because it's a free will universe, right? We're conscious creators. Be kind to yourself if you didn't notice. I mean, I had to learn this the hard way, and I'm honored that I get to come out the other side and share this observation to anyone under the sound of my voice who may need to hear it, right? I'm here for you. Mwah, big hugs and love. And be kind to yourself. If you're always wondering, like, why do I always feel like I have one foot in and one foot out? Why do I always feel like I'm self-sabotaging and shooting myself in the foot? It's this persistent lack mindset, even though you're doing all the right things, but you're coming with the wrong spirit. You're looking for the lack. You're looking for the pain. You're looking for the problem. You're looking for the betrayal, looking for the failure, looking for the disaster. You're looking for negativity because you want to be safe, right? You're afraid that you're not going to be safe, and that's why you're searching for lack. Not because you're stupid, but actually because you're really smart. You've learned a lot of things. You've been around the block. You've seen how bad it can get and how shiesty some people can be, right? Or how unfortunate things can go. And you're trying to make sure that the past doesn't repeat itself. And I'm going to repeat that. You're trying to make sure that the past doesn't repeat itself. Fundamentally, that is impossible. Instead, with this streetwise mindset of like, I gotta make sure that, I'm ready for whatever, and make sure that they never get me again, or make sure that, I never run out or never go hungry again. Got that fight from coming up scruffy, which is beautiful. But what happens though is you start looking for negativity, right? You're focused on lack, and wherever your awareness goes, your energy flows. So as you focus on lack, you attract more of it to you. With that, I'm going to begin our reading now portion of the video. We turn to History, Science, and Spirit. Think and Grow Rich is our history reference for today's episode. And we're going, as I said before, in my book, it's the chapter 15 of Think and Grow Rich, The 6 Ghosts of Fear. We're talking here about focused on lack, and how wherever your awareness goes, energy flows. And so if you focus on lack, you're going to attract more of it. Watch what Napoleon Hill says. The disaster of destructive thinking. The vibrations of fear pass from one mind to another just as quickly and as surely as the sound of the human voice passes from the broadcasting station to the receiving set of a radio. The person who gives expression by word of mouth to negative or destructive thoughts is practically certain to experience the results of those words in the form of a destructive kickback. I will. My spirit guides told me to pause. Kickback is like if you've ever fired a gun, right? So like when you, especially when you fire a handhold, like let's say a 9mm or a 45, it creates an explosion in there to shoot the bullet out, right? But when you hold it while that happens, if you don't have your elbows like rooted into the thing or into yourself, what happens is that you pow hit yourself, it kicks back and smacks you in the face. That's what he's talking about here when he says kickbacks. Does that make sense? All right, let's get to it. By the way, comment below, kickback, if you understand what I'm saying here. Let's get to it. So the release of destructive thought impulses alone, without the aid of words, produces a kickback in more ways than one. So not only your words kick back negativity, negative words kick back negativity, but even negative thoughts kick back negativity. And that is, first of all, and perhaps most important to be remembered, the person who releases thoughts of a destructive nature must suffer damage through the breaking down of the faculty of creative imagination. So number one. Secondly, the presence in the mind of any destructive emotion develops a negative personality, which repels people and often converts them into antagonists. So that's second. And then third, the third source of damage to the person who entertains or releases negative thoughts lies in this significant fact. These thought impulses are not only damaging to others, but they embed themselves in the subconscious mind of the person releasing them and therefore become part of his character. Your business in life presumably is to achieve success. To be successful, you must find peace of mind, acquire the material needs of life, and above all, attain happiness. All of this evidences of success begin in the form of thought impulses. You may control your own mind. You have the power to feed it whatever thought impulses you choose. With this privilege goes also the responsibility of using it, your mind, constructively. You are the master of your own earthly destiny, just as surely as you have the power to control your own thoughts. You may influence, direct, and eventually control your own environment, making your life what you want it to be. Or you may neglect to exercise the privilege that is yours to make your life to order, thus casting yourself upon the broad sea of circumstance where you will be tossed hither and yon like a chip on the waves of the ocean. Tying this back, these three kickbacks, to focusing on lack. I know you may think, or in the past we may have thought, you and I both, that we were being careful, we were being street smart and savvy and intelligent, we were being in control by searching for all the problems, making sure that you get the best deal, and that everything is as predictable as possible. And you see my eyebrows as I say this. It's like like go ahead and furrow your eyebrows of lack mindset. I got to make sure that everything is bite-sized and in control. But with love, if you frown like this with me, doesn't your face start to hurt? Like all this extra energy that we're exerting, trying to be smart, trying to be the best, trying to be the strongest or the most in charge, is excess energy. It's in fact unnatural. It's a waste. Like my head hurts right now from having furrowed my brow so hard of like, oh, I gotta make sure everything is perfect. Nothing is. Nothing is. And when you come at that with a spirit of fear, it can begin to waste your energy, right? Or hurt you, literally, physically. As Napoleon Hill said, it will kick back at you. It will cause other people, your fear and your lack mindset, your lack vigilance will cause people to want to antagonize you. You're bargain hunting, well, they're going to out bargain hunt you, right? It'll get competitive. You're talking about things that you're afraid of and worried about. You're going to start seeing more things that you're afraid of and worried about, right? Within our brains, we have this thing called the reticular activating system, which is a part of the brain that is responsible for pattern recognition. That's why whatever you focus on expands. It's not just spiritual. This is science, neuroscience. And on that note, we're going to go to the scientific article of the day, because not only are we historically and socially rewarded and raised to focus on lack and negativity, because we got to have street smarts and be vigilant, right? Got our dukes up, ready for the fight, which just attracts more fights. But on top of that, that focused mindset, that attention to negativity is profitable. That is there is a whole economy, as we've been discussing in this series, right? This is the third of 4 episodes us discussing this topic and this chapter of Think and Grow Rich. There is a whole economy based off of you being worried, based off of you being in lack. There is a lack economy. There is a fear economy. There is a negativity economy. There's a whole thing. It's called, if you want to Google it, it's called limbic capitalism. As a neuromarketing term, limbic capitalism. That's what we covered 2 episodes ago, okay? So be kind to yourself. If maybe this is your first time seeing this video, or maybe you forgot we talked about that. No, I love you anyway. But there's a whole economy and industry built around you being freaked out. And it's called limbic capitalism and neuromarketing. And with that in mind, let's go to some more neuroscience around how does that work? What do they do that get us stimulated to focus on lack, right? Where we're not even aware of the fear kickbacks that Napoleon Hill says are coming back at us. No. They're just harvesting our focus on negativity so that they can guide us to their thing that allegedly solves our problems. But if you just stop looking at negativity, you don't even have a problem for them to solve in the first place. And that dismantles the whole economy, just saying. But let's see some of their tricks, shall we? This research article comes from the International Journal of Management Trends, Key Concepts and Research. It's from December of 2024, so it's very recent. And it's titled, The Role of Neuromarketing in Decoding Brain Stimuli and Consumer Behavior. Right? Very, very sciencey title. But consumer behavior is buyers. How to get people to buy by like stimulating their brain, right? We could look at it that way. And it says, the main objective of neuromarketing is to unravel the brain mechanisms underlying consumer decisions, allowing companies to adjust their advertising campaigns, product designs, and brand experiences to optimize their impact. Sounds positive, right? This approach offers a unique perspective that goes beyond traditional market research techniques, providing a deeper and more precise understanding of what truly motivates consumers. Currently, 3 types of neuromarketing can be identified and classified based on human senses. Human senses that mediate the connection between the presented stimulus and the consumer. Pause. What the heck does that mean? What did that just say, Victoria? That means there's a whole other world of people who study how your brain works and have figured out what buttons to push in your brain without you knowing that compel you to buy. And it doesn't matter what, it just compels you to buy. They have studied and found what buttons do I push without you knowing, what buttons do I push on you that just boop, activate you buying the thing. Boop, activate you buying into the idea. Boop, activate you buying what they're saying and believing what they're telling you. Just boop, they know exactly what it is. Watch this. They've narrowed it down to the senses, the 5 senses of the body, and they're going to tell you the main 3 that boop you. Unpause. Types of neuromarketing. Visual neuromarketing. Description. It focuses on how we perceive our surroundings through sight. It uses words, images, and videos to capture the consumer's attention. An example, use of expressions such as free, sale, or special offer, prices ending in 99 cents instead of whole numbers, striking images and videos, visual. These things stimulate, boop, they boop you to buy in or to act. Number 2, auditory, right? So auditory neuromarketing. Description, it's based on what we perceive through hearing. It uses music and sounds to influence purchasing decisions. Examples, music in shopping malls, advertising jingles, specific sounds associated with brands. Your hearing can boop you. They figured out how to boop you through your ears. And then kinesthetic, right? It focuses on what we perceive through touch, smell, and taste. So this is like, how does it feel physically as well as smell and taste? Although less commonly used, it is important in some sectors. Examples of it, product tastings in gastronomy, massages and body treatments as marketing, use of fragrances in perfumery or cosmetics, or even in like a coffee shop, making sure that it smells like coffee and that they make sure it smells outside of the coffee shop. Auntie Anne's, by the way, they do this. They broadcast smell as marketing that just boops you over to go buy a pretzel. They figured it out. They studied you and they know you better than you do. Unpause. This table that we went through demonstrates how neuromarketing uses the 3 different senses to like visual, auditory, and kinesthetic to influence consumer behavior, making advertising campaigns more effective by appealing to various sensory experiences. The central nervous system plays a crucial role in neuromarketing, as it is the processing center for all sensory and emotional responses. By studying how the central nervous system reacts to different marketing stimuli, researchers can identify which elements, boop, provoke, boop, the most favorable reactions from consumers. This knowledge allows brands to design more effective advertising campaigns and products that deeply resonate with their audiences. In this context, the triune brain theory proposed by Paul MacLean offers a valuable tool for understanding how the different brain structures influence purchasing decisions. That triune brain theory is neocortex, which is responsible for higher cognitive functions and plays a crucial role in information processing, rational decision making. Limbic system, and the limbic system is the emotional center of the brain and is highly responsive to stimuli that evoke strong emotions. And then thirdly, the reptilian brain. The reptilian brain is responsible for basic survival functions and is sensitive to stimuli that generate urgency and scarcity. And this is where we're tying it in, especially for focused on lack. Watch this. Neuromarketing strategies targeting the reptilian brain focus on creating a sense of urgency, using limited time offers, exclusive discounts, or limited editions to prompt immediate purchases, triggering fear of missing out, right? Triggering fear of missing out, highlighting the benefits of acquiring the product or service now before it's gone or the opportunity is lost. And then 3, emphasizing exclusivity, highlighting unique features of the product or service that differentiate it from competitors to make it more appealing. The most effective neuromarketing strategies are not based on appealing to a single brain structure, but rather creating harmony that involves all 3, the neocortex, the limbic system, and the reptilian brain. Tying this back to focused on lack and why you can't seem to attract abundance or make things go forward. It's not your fault. There's a whole economy, a whole alternate reality going on right now, right here and now for you and I, that is arranged to entrain you to focus on lack. Say, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's kind of like you're like a fear and lack tree. Like you have fruit that can come out of you, the fruit of your emotions, and you're an emotional tree, not just a fear and lack tree. You're an emotional tree, but they have bred you over time, right? They did their like grafting bonsai thing to make sure that over time, the only fruit as an emotional tree you're bearing is fear and lack. Now you have the capacity to radiate love and abundance fruit, but no. They wanted to make sure that they could harvest your fear and lack and negativity fruits, especially because that's the most profitable, especially because, as they say in this article, the reptilian brain. If you can trigger that part, people, if they're shocked, if they're triggered, if we are shocked, if we are triggered, if we are appalled, or, oh my goodness, right? Or you feel hurried, you're actually more susceptible. But be kind to yourself. It's not your fault that you are being focused on lack and why you can't seem to stop being focused on lack. It is something that is all around us. And my spirit guides are telling me that this is a really important topic for us to discuss, because the minute you know this is the minute you are set free from this entire paradigm, set free from this entire limbic capitalism economy. You are set free because now you will see, after you've watched this video, you're going to see all of the neuromarketing everywhere. You can't unsee it. Once you know it, you can't unsee it. Everything is marketing. Watch. And when you see it, comment below. Come back to this video and tell me in the comments below, like, oh my God, Victoria, this is like everywhere. Every headline you see, every video preview or thumbnail, every commercial, every ad, every t-shirt, every sign as you drive down the street. Like, are you kidding me? You're going to see the neuromarketing everywhere. But I digress. We need spirit to help us as we are being vigilant in the day ahead. And the tarot card to voice that of the day is the Knight of Water. The Knight of Water coming as a challenger. So when the Knight of Water comes as a challenger, right? So water has to do with emotions. And the Knight has to do with being in the thick of it, right? You're fighting, you're out there slaying, you're feeling all the feels. You're getting into arguments, right? You're having back and forth. It's the emotions are being traded actively back and forth, just like blow for blow and two knights fighting. Think of it that way. This is also the Knight of Cups if you're using traditional tarot. And as a challenger means resisting, looking at, and you're invited to take a second look at this. And I'll read. Deep emotions arising from situations or relationships impact your life. Falling in love or a wedding proposal is possible. You or someone close to you need to balance your emotions, lest you become overwhelmed. You may receive invitations to parties or other social opportunities. People, the personality type is an extremely emotional person who's driven by a love of romance, art, and beauty. Someone who is charming, contemplative, and idealistic, sensitive, romantic, imaginative, enthusiastic, refined, and moody. So what this tarot card is telling us to watch out as we go forward in the day-to-day as well as the week ahead, but kyo dakeba, just for today, as we say in Reiki, just for today. Don't resist the fact that you're an emotional person. Don't suppress your feelings, but don't make sudden decisions, especially as we were saying before, when you have an abundance opportunity in front of you and you are scared. Don't make the decision out of lack. If it's an abundance opportunity, mean one that's going to bring you to growth and your next level and expansion and flow. And this is exactly what you've been asking for Spirit to bring across your path. And then when you have the opportunity to go for it, but oh, it costs money, or oh, it costs commitment, right? Or oh, it costs risk, or oh, it costs time, or oh, it costs some of your space, right? And some of your routine. It costs change. If that comes up and then you're like, oh, I can't, well, no, I don't want it anyway. And don't make that decision in your feelings. Stop resisting the fact that you're let's say, instead of an emotional person, a passionate person. Stop resisting. You're invited to take a second look at the fact that, oh, okay, I'm very passionate. Right here, by the way. I am. I know it. And I need to ground, feel all of my feelings, give myself some time to process through them so I can come back to a stable, an emotionally stable state, and to decide from my higher self. What is my higher self saying? Or no, what is my bank account saying? Putting it upside down. Oh, the bank account says no. That's just a bank account now. What if you can turn things around? Do you believe in yourself that you can? Do you believe in abundance? I digress. Watch out for making sudden emotional decisions. What we're going to do then, the action step of the day, is our strategic meditation. This is our meditation tracker for the month. And this one in school is pinned at the top of the app. If you haven't joined us yet, go to school.com, skool.com / all one word, Be Visionary Movement. Join so that you can do the meditation of the day, right? And today's, you're going to go to the top of the app and there's the search bar. You're going to type in black hole collapsed star clearing. Go to the search and you're going to type black hole collapsed star clearing. This strategic meditation is in the wealth and abundance meditations section of our vault of visualizations. If you're scrolling through, it's 24 minutes. And this strategic meditation is going to help clear out all of the excess of fear and just suck it out of you, out into space, far away, out of your body, right? So this is one really powerful way to ground first and then make an abundance decision with an abundance mindset, rather than coming to an abundance opportunity with a lack mindset. Don't focus on the lack. It's not your fault that you are. It's not my fault that I am, right? We all are doing it. It's not our fault. It's everything around us is training us to do that. But it's up to us to take our power back and break free. With that, come to the end of this video. You may be thinking, oh, what's the next step, Victoria? Like, I don't know what to do. If you're not coming to school, make sure that you comment the word chakra underneath this video if you would love to be at our next sales chakra masterclass. So this is how to unblock your sales chakra. This is for conscious entrepreneurs, especially our beautiful coaches who want to attract more clients to serve at the highest levels, but you're afraid of putting yourself out there. I want to help you unblock your sales chakra in this free masterclass. Comment chakra in the comments below underneath here, or you can send that at Sensei Whitfield. Send me a DM at Sensei Whitfield on Instagram, chakra, and I will be able to immediately DM you. We'll have to kind of find you from YouTube. But your best bet is to head over to Instagram at Sensei, SENSEI, Whitfield, WHITFIELD, and DM me there, chakra, so that I can send you the Zoom link to hop on the next free masterclass of Unblock Your Sales Chakra. We'll see you there. Mwah! Remember, you do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. Bye for now.